Get great deals on the latest phones, tablets and business apps with O2 Business. The Orbitsound A70 soundbar has been out of stock pretty much since it launched, and I'm not really surprised. It's a beautiful bit of kit that sounds just as good as it looks, if not better. But is it worth a £500 asking price? That's what this video is all about. But before I jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It helps us out massively. It means we get to grow as a tech channel and get cool stuff in even earlier. Right, back to the A70. This is a £500 soundbar from the guys who brought us the Space 360. As the name suggests, the Space 360 was all about 3D sound, and this, with its airSOUND technology, produces 3D sound as well. You've got two neodymium airSOUND loudspeakers on either side of the actual soundbar itself. You've also got two speakers and a tweeter in the center, and you've got a subwoofer too, connected via Wi-Fi. The whole package produces 300 watt sound for a relatively small size when looking at other soundbars. The A70 is beautiful, like I said. It's got a wooden chassis with a piano black gloss finish. It's sensationally small. You've got touchscreen buttons on the left-hand side, while on the right-hand side is a visual indicator as to which mode you're in. You've got the inputs around the back, and it's a basic set of inputs. 3.5mm in, optical in. There is no HDMI in at all. You've also obviously got power, and it's a separate power connection for the subwoofer, naturally being wirelessly connected to the actual soundbar itself. The remote control is pretty basic in its functionality too, though it definitely covers the basics. You can also have it learn your TV volume settings from its remote control, which may save you swapping, but I reckon you'll probably need both controls to hand if you were using this bit of kit. As a result of the relatively few ports around the back, it really couldn't be easier to set this thing up. Plug it into power, plug it into the TV, and you are good to go. It's also got Bluetooth on board, as well as aptX lossless codec support, so it will pair with your compatible smartphone, or indeed any smartphone, even if it doesn't have aptX, and produce some sweet sound. So this is a wall mountable, super elegant soundbar. The design gets a huge thumbs up. Connectivity wise, it also gets a pretty big thumbs up. NFC, Bluetooth, I don't need much more than a 3.5mm jack. Some of you might want an HDMI port, and that is one thing that is not on here, but for me personally, I didn't find it hindered my experience one bit. How about the sound quality though? All right, I'm gonna kick off with a real high point of this, and that is movies and videos and TV shows and gaming even just sounds so good. So this 3D airSOUND technology, is it room filling? Yes, it is. Considering the size of the soundbar, I'm guessing 90% of rooms in London won't be big enough to kind of drown out the sound. What's also incredible is it really is a minimal kind of sweet spot. You can walk all around it, and whether you're in front or either side of it, you don't get that like drop in quality that you do on a lot of other soundbars. Now, depending on where you put the subwoofer, you might get a slight discord, so you will probably want it relatively near the Orbitsound soundbar itself. But naturally, as it's wireless, you can tuck it away somewhere. And if it's out of sight, it doesn't mean it's going to be out of sound. You will definitely feel the thud. It produces some mighty bass given the size of the whole package. Now, movies are fantastic, but the downside definitely is in terms of music. So it can flatten music a little bit. You can hear it everywhere in the room, so that 360-degree sound is definitely in play, but it may not just have as many peaks and troughs as music on other soundbars or high-end speakers in the price range. Irrespective of this though, if you're getting this primarily to pair with your £1,500 television, it is a worthy investment and will definitely up the quality of the sound no end. My personal highlights came when I was playing Assassin's Creed on it, and you know those times when you totally get lost in an experience because it's just so immersive? Well, that is exactly what happened, and the Orbitsound A70 soundbar had a lot to do with it. But whether you are gaming or watching movies or indeed listening to music, it will provide a good experience, but the prior two are definitely its forte. Worth the £500 asking price? Well, if you forked out a shed load for your TV, definitely. If you're looking for a Bluetooth speaker for your smartphone, probably not. But I still think there is very little out there that looks this good, that sounds this good.